Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chris with Digital Rim, and in this video we're going to talk about smart objects in Photoshop and how you can use them to maximize your efficiency in your production. Again, a lot of people overlook the smart objects and really don't understand what it is. I remember when I didn't understand what it was, but once I learned about smart objects and how I can reduce the number of layers that I have to work with within a Photoshop file, it was a game changer. So with that being said, I'm going to show you how to do the exact same thing right now under 5 minutes. Let's go. Okay, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and open Adobe Photoshop. Now, don't get confused because it says Adobe Illustrator on the screen, because this is a thumbnail we're actually creating for one of our course lessons of Adobe Illustrator. But we are in Adobe Photoshop right now. See, these are your typical Photoshop layers. Again, we have some text and we have some graphic layers. If you go to the right side here, you can see these are where all the layers are. And we're going to create a smart object from this Illustrator layer here at the bottom. So it's in our background Illustrator. We can toggle it on and off so you can see. So the first thing you should do is create a new layer that's going to be above the layer that you want as a smart object. And we're going to rename the new layer the same as we did the layer that we want. Then we're going to select both of these layers and right click. And we're going to select Convert to Smart Object. And that's going to create a smart object of that layer. Now that that layer is a smart object, you can toggle it on and off just as before, but now you can double click inside of it. So now you can see that inside of the smart object, we have all of a new layer structure that you can lay out. So we're going to rename this layer background and put it down at the bottom. This is something that I like to do, and then go ahead and duplicate this layer, make a reference of it. So we're going to call this reference and put that below the layer that we're going to edit. So that's just going to be like our placeholder, just so in case we mess up the editable layer. So now what we want to do is go ahead and grab this layer and we're going to edit it. So it looks like it's a transparency for the window, but it's actually not. That's actually part of the screen capture. So we're going to select the area that we want to actually make transparent, and we're going to do a mask on it. So we select that area. Oops, I actually messed it up. Let me do this again. Go ahead and select the area that you want to mask. And we're going to set it to mask and hit the button right here and then mask out the layer. Now it inverted. So we're going to push Control I and it's going to invert the mask from black to white and white to black. So it inverted the mask. So now everything that's transparent is now visible and vice versa. So now when we add a color to the background, you can see that it's actually transparent. So when we change the background, it will look like it's actually on the screen. So we're going to change it to white here. And I'm thinking of something that'll help the text pop off the screen. So let's go ahead and make this a gray. I say a gray would be nice. So let's do a gray. Now with that gray set, let's go ahead and just probably just see what this looks like. So let's save it, Control save. And once you Control save, it saves it into the smart object. So then when you go back to the tab, the original tab where the file is saved, you can see the actual smart object elements are changed. Become a Patreon today and support this community and support this channel. You might be asking, why would I want to do that? Well, one of the reasons is we are creating coding camps and tech camps for kids, and a lot of the Patreon dollars will go towards setting up those coding and tech camps with equipment and all of the things that are necessary to teach younger generations how to do some of the digital media techniques that we teach here at Digital Rim. So with that being said, your Patreon dollars will go towards scholarships for certain members of the Digital Rim community. So with that being said, make sure you get your membership, but at the same time, become a Patreon if you're not really interested in becoming a member just yet. Let's go. Now we're going to do another example. I'm going to delete this one. This was from the previous one, but we're going to do another example so you can see if we change this smart object, the element inside of the original file is going to change. So let's just for one, change this to canvas. We're going to have this as a canvas. We're going to add more elements. So we're going to add another layer, and we're going to pretty much make the artboard, that artboard shape that's in Illustrator. Create the box, make sure the stroke width is not as wide. So we're going to change the stroke here to 1. Change the fill. We're going to fill it in. It looks like the stroke didn't change. We're going to change to 1. Make sure you hit enter. Now we should have it at 1. I think we should change to black because I need some more contrast between the outline and the actual fill, the fill and the stroke. Okay, so now we're just going to rename this layer. We're going to call it artboard. And let's just go ahead and move this over to the right just a little bit. Just trying to think of the composition in the final shot. So this is the smart object, remember. So control save, and now you can see it's in our actual composition as a layer. One of the things I'm noticing that I need to change in this composition is that the actual white is kind of making it hard to read the text. So we're going to change the feel of this to a gray. I don't want to really match the canvas. Let's just go ahead and, I guess I'll have to do it the longer way where we just kind of use the color picker. Boom, just like that. So now we have the stroke outline with the lighter gray, and that actually looks pretty good. But I still feel it's kind of busy for text. So I'm thinking we might just get rid of it altogether and just control save, and it'll still save it out. And I think that's better. It just pops off the screen better, and we're just going to leave it like that. But remember, the smart object allows us to make all of these changes within the actual layer. So again, you can think of all kind of creative ways to utilize smart objects for your production. So hopefully this helps. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to learn more, go to digitalrealm.com and become a member today. With your membership, you get access to our course library. We have all different types of digital media content creation topics that you can cover and learn for yourself. Very beginner friendly, just like this video. So with that being said, go to digitalrealm.com and get your membership today. And don't forget, join our Discord community at the link below. You can get access to a lot of topics and discussions about these videos just like this from members of the Creator Camp. So with that being said, hopefully I'll see you in the Discord community in the link below. Let's go.